Doug Flutie is one of the most accomplished football players ever in America. He was the best player in the history of the CFL, he and Warren Moon. He's a college All-American and a college Hall of Famer. He played 21 years of professional football, 12 in the NFL. He was comeback player of the year, a Pro Bowl player, a very unique player. And I think I said this to Doug last time he was on. He would have been great today. Like now, we like our quarterbacks to move. Now it's not even, it's encouraged. You have to be able to move. A pocket quarterback is simply not enough unless you're Tom Brady. And I want to bring on Doug Flutie, the former NFL and USFL quarterback. So you were at that Bucs game yesterday with the Bills, and those are two teams that are near and dear to your heart, not only geographically, but you played there. And I was saying with Josh Allen, he's such an insane talent. But I think they should run him. But could I make the argument, if Buffalo really wanted to run the football, they could? Or is it just simply when you watch them, Doug, they don't have the personnel to run the football?
No, they've got the ability to run the football. You see it in situational stuff where they need the yardage, and then it's easier to run your quarterback because you get the extra blocker, you do all that. I think they need to save Josh Allen for critical situations. Run those quarterback runs, critical third down situations or end of the game situations, or especially fourth quarter, not beat them up throughout the game. I believe they can run the football. The difference I saw from first half to second half in that game was that in the first half, Josh Allen tried to run away from the blitz and get rid of the ball and got sacked a few times and ends up with incompletions as well. In the second half, he beat the blitz with his arm, get it out quickly, get it in the receiver. Even if it's a 5-yard gain, blitz is come, bang, ball's out. You have to beat the blitz with your arm. You can't, unless you're Michael Vick or Kyler Murray, you're not going to run away from the blitz. And that's what I think in the second half, they had more consistency moving the football because he converted versus the blitz, just short pass, not necessarily a home run, but just short passing game.
When Brady made 2 throws yesterday, he made that lollipop throw to Mike Evans, and I'm like, oh, Lord, that's not fair. And then he made the one to the back of the end zone to Mike, and he made them like back-to-back. Having played professional football for 21 years, there's also something with Brady that I spot very rarely. Aaron Rodgers has it. A comfort with pressure, a comfort in crisis and I'm sure, Doug, you at some point past the 10, 11-year mark in professional football, wherever you played, there's a comfort to knowing, I've seen this before. I've seen it. And when you watch Brady, because that's what I take away. It's like his feet are so comfortable. He's so relaxed playing it.
He does look so relaxed in the pocket, the way he moves and slides. And even the last play that's the last play. He just wanted to go front side, drifted to the left a little, felt the middle, the free player working left and got back to the right side, hits the big play. He is comfortable. He is relaxed. The amazing thing about this touchdown pass right here is he felt the defensive back undercutting the throw. He felt it. And at the last second, put it up high where only Mike Evans could get it. And it was that I'm sitting in the stands and I saw that. When that ball left his hands, I thought it was going to be intercepted. Instead, he put it high and away. Evans goes up, snatches it out of the air, and it's a touchdown. And it's ho-hum, I felt you undercut, and you can't do that to me. And the one you were talking about with the touch on it, it was blitz. He wanted to throw the quick out. The quick out DB was breaking on it. So he retreated. He held on just a fraction of a second longer, had to get rid of it because of the unblocked rusher, and just threw it with touch and threw a corner route with touch versus an overload blitz, which usually is like a 2.5-second throw. He threw in less than 2 seconds.
So this weekend, you won the Heisman. Bryce Young won the Heisman. Now, you were at Boston College. He is at this national powerhouse. But Bryce is, and Joy and I were talking about this, it was such a different, you and I grew up in the same kind of era where you just didn't get a lot of publicity. There was no social media. I barely, most of us didn't have cable television. And I look at Bryce and I look at Justin Herbert and I look at Mahomes and Doug, these kids are so much more mature than I was. That when I watch him, I'm like, this kid could be a politician. He's like 19 years old. Go back to your time winning the Heisman and how the world was different in your era.
Oh my! Well, first of all, we didn't have social media, so they didn't analyze every little thing. It did take a year of having a great season or two to get the national attention before you even got in the running for the Heisman. These kids are winning it as a freshman because right away there's instantaneous social media. People know about you, all that. The maturity level you're talking about, I realized that with Mac Jones last year when I got a chance to meet him at the end of the year. These kids, I mean, they've been exposed to so much. They know how to handle pressure, how to handle themselves in the public, knowing how to carry themselves, all that. The pressure of being at Alabama and having to win if you don't win a national championship at Alabama, it's a failure. And these kids just step into that role at 18 years old, like, okay, here we go. I agree with you 100% on the maturity level of these kids and what they have been exposed to at that level. At this age, I hear when I was, especially my freshman year of college, holy mackerel, I couldn't imagine being in that spotlight as a freshman. I was an 18-year-old freshman. Oh my God, I had trouble talking to my coaches as an 18-year-old.
It is crazy. By the way, I was saying this, it's funny about quarterbacks. Like guys like me sit up here, and I was a lousy high school quarterback, but I've always tried to be respectful for the position because it's really, really hard. And I was saying, Jimmy Garoppolo's funny, is that he's the rare quarterback. I honestly think he's better in the 2-minute drill. Jimmy tends to hold on to the ball. He's a little bit of an overthinker. And then you put him in a 2-minute drill, and it's like, okay, bro, you got about 3 guys you want to throw to, and you got to get rid of it quick. And it's weird. I'm like, is he better in crisis than he is in the second quarter? Does that make any sense?
There's guys like that. I felt I was better that way. I felt that when the regular pattern of a game, I was always trying to please the play caller and get the ball to who why do you call this play? What am I looking for? Why are we doing this? And at the end of a game situation, you're throwing the ball 4 times. You can take a risk in there somewhere because you're going to go for it on 4th down. You take the short completion if you have to. Those things, when it got to 2-minute, I felt more laser focused. John Havlicek said something to me once about end of game situations. It said that his laser focus was so good that he felt like everybody else was moving in slow motion in those times. And it's something I could relate to. I always felt like I had more time to make those decisions in the 2-minute drill towards the end of the game. And it felt like the defense was on its heels. And also that comfort of knowing I'm throwing the ball 4 times. And if I throw an incompletion, it's not the end of the world. Instead of run, throw incomplete on 3rd down and punting.
By the way, you're going to be at the 12th annual Surfing Santa event, Florida's Space Coast, which is a beautiful place. You've raised over $200,000 for nonprofits through the year. Grind for Life, the Florida Surf Museum on December 24th. By the way, you are a surfer, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am now.
Isn't that great? When did you learn to surf?
What was that?
When did you learn to surf?
Actually, not until the last 10, 12 years. I moved to Florida full time and just got boards and started diving in with everybody and getting after it. And all of a sudden I'm going on surf trips with these local lifeguard guys. We're going to Costa Rica. We're going to El Salvador. We're going wherever. It's been a blast. But the Surfing Santas is a fun thing. It's Christmas Eve, 8 a.m. Everybody shows up in Santa outfits and paddles out. It's not about the actual surfing because everybody's running over each other. Everything's a party wave. And if you don't get run over, it's not Christmas Eve. I mean, that's just the way it is. There's too many boards in the water. But it's been amazing for local charities, and it's a fun activity that in fact, it's spilled over. It's up in Cocoa Beach outside of Coconuts, if anyone local knows that area. But it's spilled over to other areas of the state now where we have it down here too, or in different areas. And it's just a fun thing to do on Christmas Eve morning, and raises money for local sports as well as cancer patients, helps them pay some bills and things of that nature locally.
Doug, it's great seeing you again. Always love having you on.
Thanks a lot. A lot of fun, Colin. Thanks for having me.
All right. The great Doug Flutie, whose resume is just filled high school, college, Heisman, CFL. He and Warren Moon, the greatest CFL.